I smoked for 25 years. I started a little late. I started around 20, which I think is a little late in college. I smoked for 25 years, a pack a day. Yeah.
So that was a lot of repetition, wasn't it?
Yeah, it becomes part of you. It becomes you.
Right.
You know. So yeah, a lot of repetition, and everything I did I associated with smoking, driving, having coffee after a meal.
So the rituals of smoking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something about it. It's like this, let me get away from the world for 2 minutes or 3 minutes and just be by myself. It's hard to explain, other than the addiction itself. You know?
Yeah, a lot of clients, and I smoked as well.
Yeah.
I used to go to work a half an hour early so I can smoke my 3 cigarettes before we started. So important.
Yeah.
Coffee with cigarettes with coffee in the morning.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah. I used to wake up in the middle of the night, and sometimes I wonder, was I waking up to smoke, or did I just wake up and, well, I'm awake, I might as well have one. So that's how much of an addiction I think it was. But it was a constant struggle, and when I have that few days or week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatnot, that's all I thought about was smoking. That's all I wanted to do, even though I wasn't doing it.
Right.
So yeah, I had tried before, but thanks to you, I mean, it magically, I don't know if you want to say magically, but it worked for me.
Hypnosis.
And oh yeah, and I never thought, I mean, I didn't know much about hypnosis before I came to you, and it's just hard to explain how it works and how it worked for me. I saw some images.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people start out seeing nothing, and then as they listen to sessions at home, they start developing this ability to make powerful visual connections.
I did.
Let's hear about some of the imagery.
Well, I know that during one of the sessions, you had said something about a sign off in the distance, a smoke-free sign, and I envisioned this sign, and all of a sudden, that sign came flying at me and hit me in the head. Okay. Now I know you didn't say for that to happen, but it happened, and
I try not to suggest physical harm to any of my clients.
Right.
I make that clear.
But anyway, so after when I left, and for the few days, the first week, 2 weeks, whenever I would think of having a cigarette, this sign kept hitting me in the head, and as strange as it sounds, it worked. The feelings of wanting to smoke and the urges and cravings, that went away. Over a little bit of time, not too much time, but the first few days and the first week, there were more the thought of it, and then the sign would, this was happening to me, and then it would go away.
The urge would disappear.
Oh yeah, yeah, and then until eventually it completely disappeared.
So was it easy for you coming in knowing absolutely nothing about this process of hypnosis? Was it easy for you to kind of go with the flow and get into it, or did it take a period of time for you to get comfortable? We did 2 sessions on the first visit, another session a week or so later, and you listened to sessions at home. What was the process like for you getting used to this?
I got used to it right away.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I was very open and receptive to everything you were saying, and I think that's part of the key to being successful at this, is having a belief that you can do this. And before I came in, it's hard to believe that I could quit. It was like,
did it feel like hopeless for you?
I felt a little hopeless.
Yeah.
I felt like it just felt like this has been part of me for so long, and the habits there, the addictions there, I'd fool myself into thinking I enjoy this, and I really don't, in the end. And now I look back and I say, I feel as if I was never a smoker. It's as if I never did it, which is the strangest thing.
Intellectually, you obviously remember that you smoked.
Oh yeah,
but there's a part of you that feels like you're free now, and you've always been free.
I think with all the relaxation techniques that we did, not only did it help with quitting smoking, it kind of helped in lots of different areas of my life as well.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, to be more patient. I mean, I'm a little crazy driver that gets irritated, and this relaxation techniques that you taught deal with lots of these things in life that you don't need to be aggravated with.
People come in with specific goals like yourself, to get off the butts, to lose weight or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you're listening to sessions and relaxing so deeply on a regular basis for a period of time,
Right.
it kind of benefits in other areas.
I think so. And you think about things differently.
Yeah.
And you just seem to be happier. I am, anyway.
Really?
I think so.
So there's a sustained positive benefit from...
Absolutely. Yes, there is.
Yeah, the fork in the road was basically you get an opportunity to understand the importance of your decision here to live a smoke-free life. The road to the left carries you into what could have been your smoking future had you continued, right? The road to the right carries you into your smoke-free success.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I think I remember seeing lots of fire and like this devilish type images and
those weren't because of what I was suggesting.
Not at all.
Yeah. I make a point to tell clients that I'm not into aversion therapy of any kind. In fact, it's always the clients that do a better job. I just suggest that the road to the left is the bad news.
Right.
And the clients fill in the blanks, so I just paint the general scenario. And then,
That's right. And I think that's the important thing, is because if the client is putting that in there, that image of whatever that may be, then their mind is making that connection versus someone else's mind is going to make a different connection.
There's no struggle now.
There's no struggle.
Because you feel like you've never smoked.
Right. But I also know that I did smoke. You know, I was a smoker. So I mean, but there's no feelings of I can't believe I was a smoker, because then that's just negative thoughts that they're not going anywhere.
Right.
And that could that could lead to bad things.
Yeah. So you're just happy with the situation you're in, and
I'm
you're
just
moving
happy.
forward.
That's it.
Yeah.
What
would you have to say to somebody who is considering?
I would say definitely give it a try.